Hello guys, welcome to Africa Gossip Arena. So guys, in this video, I'm going to be talking about the trendy rumor right now in Nigeria. Guys, the northern youth of Nigeria, which are popularly called the Arewa youth, have woken up to stand against their corrupt politician this time, guys. In a press conference organized by the Arewa youth of Nigeria, the Arewa president called out the former governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, and Governor Bala Mohammed, accusing them of opposing the tax reform bill passed by President Ahmed Bola Tinubu. Allegedly, the Arewa youth president also said that Nasir El-Rufai and Bala Mohammed are the people causing disunity in the northern part of Nigeria. And one of the reasons they are doing everything possible to oppose the bill is because they don't want their secret corruption to be exposed. Allegedly, let me leave you to watch this video to the end, and as you watch guys, also drop your own thoughts on the comment section. And in case guys you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please do well to like this video, subscribe, and also turn on your notification bell so that you will be able to see more of our videos anytime we post a new one.
Nevertheless, it is noteworthy to state that the actions of Bala Mohammed El-Rufai and their likes are counterproductive to this vision. By opposing this reform, they are not only undermining the presidency but also sabotaging the future of the North and Nigeria as a whole. Their criticisms are not constructive but destructive. Constructive criticism seeks to improve policies and brings about positive change we are witnessing from this individual. However, it is baseless antagonism driven by envy and selfishness. Apparently, they fail to understand the president's vision is for a better Nigeria. A Nigeria where every citizen. Let us not forget that these individuals were part of the system that brought Nigeria to its knees. They were part of the administration that looted our treasury, that allowed our infrastructure to decay, thereby keeping our people in abject poverty. Furthermore, the present tax reforms are designed to create a sustainable revenue base for the country. This is not just about balancing budget, but about creating opportunities for investment in critical sectors such as education, healthcare, and infrastructure. Those who oppose these reforms are clearly opposed to Nigeria's progress. Indeed, Governor Bala Mohammed and Nasir El-Rufai's positions are not representative of the true voices of the North. The North is a region built on principle of fairness, justice, and patriotism. The North supports reforms that will lift the nation, even if they require sacrifice. Perhaps it is time to question the motive of these so-called northern leaders. Are they truly concerned about the welfare of the masses, or are they merely seeking to protect their personal interests? These actions suggest the latter. Evidently, these leaders have chosen to exploit the challenges that come with reforms to sow seed, to sow discord and manipulate public sentiment. This divide and rule strategy is not new. But it is one that we as Arewa youth and professionals reject outrightly. Nevertheless, we acknowledge the president reforms comes with short-term inconveniences. Change is never easy, especially when it disrupts the norms that everyone is accustomed to. However, the long-term benefits of this reform far outweigh the temporary discomfort. Undoubtedly, it's being understood that the northern region stands to benefit immensely from these reforms. With better resource allocation, increased investment, and infrastructural development, the North will experience growth and progress like never before. The era of dependency on oil revenue and unsustainable subsidies is over. This is the time for innovation, hard work, and collective sacrifice.
The Northern Youth Movement, also known as the Fiyar Matasan Arewa, is a political initiative that spans across the 19 northern states, cutting across religious and political divides. In his address to the youth, the convener emphasizes that despite the region's large voter base, northern Nigeria continues to suffer, and the responsibility for this failure lies within the people themselves. He adds that their role as stakeholders is to guide and empower the youths.
We must all galvanize our youth and wake them up and step aside and show them the way. The only way this nation can be built is by the youth. not 60, 70, 80, 90-year-old people.
Now is a time to start organizing our teaming youth across, so that when we come for election, we decide to follow one way and to choose a credible person that will serve our region and the country in general.
The movement's primary goal is to raise awareness among youths about the challenges at hand and advocate reforms within the political system. The chairman of the group explains that the formation of the movement is driven by the pressing issues facing northern Nigeria, including insecurity, poverty, unemployment, and ethno-religious divisions.
The country is something else. So now we are looking at an alternative to the country. We are thinking, how are we going to move to bring change to this country?
We have the educated elites or the educated youths move away from politics and allow those talks to fill in the vacuum. Then certainly at every given opportunity, people will consider the talks as the youth. So this is what we're trying to do. We want the youth now to take over their destiny in their hands.
The movement aims to unite young people across the northern states to find collective solutions to their shared challenges. Hajara Aliyu, Channels Tele.
Opposition are taking advantage. I was in Kaduna last week. There are some young men that tried to organizing a hardship protest, but I call their attention. I try my best to orienting them. Don't allow any opposition party to use them and organize a hardship protest in this country, because we know where they start, but we don't know where they end. I realize that it's some opposition party that's sponsoring them to come out and do the protest. I never denied the hardship. Even the president is never denied the hardship. But I know the president has the country on his mind. And he's a person that has trial record of stabilized economy.
The Arewa Youth Consultative Forum is asking security agencies to immediately clear a ministerial nominee and former governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai. The youth say refusal to confirm the nomination of El-Rufai for appointment as Minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is not a welcome development. A statement by the forum's president, Yerima Shatima, stated that the youth and indeed northern Nigeria feel humiliated by the news that out of the 48 names submitted to the Senate by President Bola Tinubu, Mr. El-Rufai is among the only 3 whose confirmation. Now, to walk us through the non-confirmation of Nasir El-Rufai by the Senate is the Arewa Youth Forum President, Yerima Shatima, who joins us live via phone to discuss this. Good to have you join us.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening, listeners and viewers.
So I just want to take a comment that you made, and you said that we regret to note that the targeting of Nasir El-Rufai for such irreverent treatment is part of a wider agenda being pursued by certain dubious political interests to deny the North and the younger generation of Nigerians fair representation in this cabinet. Why do you think that this is part of a wider agenda, and who are the political interests?
Well, we are not new to Nigerian politics. Some of us already were not surprised on what has actually happened, because we knew definitely certain characters would definitely come against him from the very first day he was nominated. But our concern is that we know who Nasir El-Rufai is. Nasir El-Rufai has contributed immensely to the coming of this government. If not for El-Rufai, I think some of these governors that we even had from the other part of it, that was very impossible. He was courageous enough to go around with his friends and mobilize them to ensure that that ticketing of power shifting from north to the south, he was one of the major front actors that made it very possible. So one would have expected, despite all, naturally you cannot govern people, you expect that all will be well, or you will not hit on other people's tools, and you expect that things to be smooth ride. The El-Rufai we know is somebody who has a position, who has always made up his mind. Once he made up his mind he wants to do something, he will just do it wholeheartedly. We expect the likes of him to be encouraged. Yes, he has his shortcomings one way or the other, But having said that, let us also consider that he has more to bring to the table, especially at this critical time. He deserves to be part of this government. He deserves to be a minister, and he deserves to be given a very sensitive and very, very, very important role to play. And some of us felt that, yes, bringing El-Rufai from another part of this country will further strengthen this democracy, further make it look very colorful.
But Mr. Yerima, are you aware, just a minute, Mr. Yerima, are you aware that there is a petition written against him? The Senate President has said that, look, the Senate would not look at that petition but forward it to the appropriate quarters. Are you saying that that particular petition should not be investigated and taken a look at?
We have seen with keen interest the nominees, the 48 out of 48, the 45 that goes through. We have seen some of them where there is issue regarding their even qualification. We have seen some of them who have cases in EFCC, in ICPC, and so on and so forth. If they will be allowed to go, what has El-Rufai done different from others? What has he done different from others? Why is it impossible to allow people like him to come into the fold to make something work? Especially, you need people like him who are courageous enough to turn things around for the system to work. I don't hold any brief for him, but I am also saying that why him alone among all of these characters that we have brought and screened without, in fact, some of them even come without even introducing themselves. You ask them to bow and go. Why was it a problem?
But he's not the only one who hasn't gotten his security clearance. There are three of them.
It's the grace of God. Kiamo would have been the fourth person. Take the grace of God to allow him to scale through because he's also blunt. And they are very, very objective. When they raise issues, they raise fundamental issues. They don't compromise their position.
Mr. Yerima, I was saying that, look, he's not the only one who has not been cleared. There are three of them. There is Stella Kotete, and there is also Danadi. So you're sounding as if this is just targeted at him only.
You cannot compare El-Rufai profile, his track record, his antecedents with those two remaining characters you are putting there.
Please, I would like you to use very civil language to describe the other two ministerial nominees when you say characters.
I'm saying with all sincerity, that's the truth. You can't match him with any of these characters that are left with him. Why him in the mix of all those? So for us, we are saying that something went wrong.
My question really is: are you now saying that, look, security agencies should not do their job if there is a petition against him? But I also want to ask you, because you were saying that your patients must not be tested. What does that mean?
You allow me to land. I can't imagine somebody who has been a minister, who has been a governor 2 times, and you are talking about security issue. Is that justice, or is it how you want to pay him back? Is it the kind of society we're going to have to encourage people who are willing, determined to serve against all odds? Is it how you encourage them? We celebrate those who are hypocrites and allow those who are blunt, who are determined, to be useless? No. This is not the society we're all investigating for.
I was asking you, in just 30 seconds, you said your patients must not be tested. I was asking you, what does that mean?
What that means is that if the government does that, it means we will fold our hand, we'll sit down and wait for 2027. Then we will come out and to understand that this is nothing but a government.
All right, thank you so much for talking to us. The chairman, Arewa Youth Forum, President, Arewa Youth Forum,